Here we go. Hi, Flosstube.
Hi, Flosstube. I'm Deb.
I'm Lori.
Stitching in the Valley.
We are Stitching in the Valley, and this is Flosstube number 4. And it is Monday, November 2nd, 2020. Tomorrow's the big election day.
Yes.
That's how we know this day. So we thought we'd start off, we're using an outline now, or we're going to try to, so we stay on task. We wanted to talk a little bit about what we've been up to. What have you been up to?
I have had a busy week. We had my birthday last Wednesday, and then our anniversary on Friday.
What'd you guys go do to celebrate?
My birthday, we got cheddars.
Ooh, yum.
We picked that up, and my daughter and her fiance came over, and they ate dinner with us. And we had also got some new bedroom furniture that day, so her fiance, Chris, helped Tom carry it up the stairs. That was fun.
I don't even want to be there for that.
Then for our anniversary on Friday, we just had dinner at home. Tom made me dinner because I had to work all weekend.
What do you make?
He made some tacos with this pulled pork.
Like carnitas,
really
pork carnitas?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very good. Tom's a pretty good cook. Mm-hmm. Very good cook.
And then his birthday is this Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a busy week.
Another busy week, right, guys?
Yes.
Do you have any plans for him for his birthday this week?
Well, we can't talk about
Oh, that's right. We can't. We can't talk about that because if he watches the video, this surprise will be spoiled.
Yes, it will.
Well, on Halloween, we went to my daughter's house, Aubrey and David's, and had dinner with them and the kids. And then afterwards, we went to a corn maze. And I have never been in a corn maze before, ever. And when Aubrey found that,
fun.
You've never been in a corn maze?
I have.
Okay.
But like years and years and years and years ago.
Because Aubrey said, Mom, you grew up in Indiana. How have you not been in a corn maze? I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember us talking about it when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't grow up in like a rural community or anything. I do not recall people talking about going to corn mazes when I was growing up.
Well, we had cornfields.
I was going to say.
So we just went out and played in the cornfield. That was our maze. But
you made your own corn mazes.
But when my kids were little, we took them to Tom's Corn Maze. I can't remember exactly where it is. It's around here somewhere. Mm-hmm. And we went in one, and it was so hot that day. And I just remember coming out feeling itchy and
sticky and yucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
We had a blast. I think Elijah would have stayed there all night long and run around that corn maze. We had a really good time. So that was our exciting week. That was about all we've done. Anyway, weather has been kind of crazy.
It turned cold last night.
It turned very cold. I came out of the gallery zigzag yesterday and there were snowflakes. Oh, they were very small and they were very faint. You couldn't really hardly see them, but there were snowflakes. They melted, fortunately. They didn't stick around. Thank goodness. So that was a good thing. And then it's supposed to get really, really warm this week.
60s and sunny, I think, the rest of the week. I worked yesterday, and so when I walked in the morning, I have to walk quite a ways over to the hospital, and I don't recall thinking it was cold.
Right.
And then probably about 1:30 or 2, I took a patient down that was being discharged, and I walked outside. Of course, we don't have a coat or anything on.
Right.
When we take him down, we're just in our scrub, and it was freezing.
I know.
It was winter winds and freezing.
And we saw the ornamental grass like out on the front of the parking lot, and it was just kind of going over this way. It was awful. It was so cold and windy. Yeah. But there are some areas that have had snow, so I guess we're doing okay.
Yes, we are.
We're in pretty good
shape. And we
shape.
get another warm week.
Yeah.
One more week.
Yeah. It is November after all, which I can't believe that it's already November. So.
And I heard on the news this morning that the average time here to get snow is November 23rd. But she said one week we went all the way to January 4th.
I don't remember. That is a long time. I don't remember getting much snow in November last year. Last year we didn't have much snow at all. It was a very mild winter. And the 2 winters in a row, they've been very, very mild. And I've kept saying, that's why everybody's so sick.
Probably.
The COVID, because we didn't have because Dayton, Ohio didn't have a bad winter.
Have enough snow or cold weather
to kill all the germs. I just don't think we have that much power over here. Just saying.
No.
Anyway, so we had a couple of thank yous and shout outs and all that good stuff. And we really do appreciate everybody's comments who watches our video. Thank you for hanging out with us and all of our nonsense going around here.
I love reading all the comments. I don't always answer. Lori's better at answering on the comments than I am,
but we at least try to heart. We at least try to heart them, and then sometimes I might go back and try to answer some when I have a little bit more time to actually sit down. And I downloaded. Oh, my phone is recording YouTube Studio, so maybe I'll get better at it too. I'll show it to you when we're done. I'll show it to you because it's a nice app. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times I'm on my phone
when
I'm looking at it, and I can't see the comments on my phone for some reason. I'm not sure why.
In the YouTube Studio, you can see that. And I don't know if you can actually edit videos through YouTube Studio or if it just gives you your analytics. I haven't figured it all out yet.
Yeah.
We're still learning. We are definitely not professionals yet.
I'm not tech savvy.
Me either. We're not going to edit anything. Probably ever.
Probably not.
We're going to hire grandkids to do that. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
Well, my two grandsons, Tristan and Owen, they are 11 and 9. They have been learning at school how to make a YouTube video. So last week they were learning how to do an introduction, and they were learning how to add music prior to their introduction.
Really?
So they might be helpful.
The next time they come and visit, we are going to have to hire those two children. Oh my gosh, that's pretty awesome.
They'll fix this up.
That's really cool. That's really good. That's so funny. I saw a meme that said, you know, y'all talk about the millennials and how much they get on your nerves until somebody needs to convert a PDF into a Word document.
Or you need help with your cell phone.
Or to change the time on the VCR, which is obsolete now too. The DVD player.
Yeah.
Chris had to change all of our clocks in our house when we did the time change this weekend.
Did you see the little meme on Saturday that was going around on Facebook, and it had 4 little pictures, and one showed your cell phone and it said, you don't have to do anything, it'll do it for you. And then there's one on I think the stove or something, and then one of them was your car clock. This isn't worth the time. Just leave it for 6 months. It'll change back.
So, yeah. My old Civic, Chris and I had been out one evening. This was way before we were married. It was quite some time ago because I haven't owned that car for a long time. But we had been out and I'd had a couple of glasses of wine and somehow I managed to screw up the clock. I don't know how I did it. I just did it. It took us 3 months to figure out how to get that out. Oh, and he's usually pretty good about it. He's got ours changed on our cars now, but back then that Civic, we couldn't figure it out.
I haven't changed mine in my car yet.
It's too much work. That's why we have cell phones. Okay, so there was a comment about we want to do a giveaway, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on at the end of the video about our giveaway, because really and truthfully, we're kind of planning it, but we'll give a little bit more direction about that later on. There was another question about, I was talking about the sewing method that I like to stitch in hand rather than using a hoop or a Q-snap, and I do this sewing method.
And who asked that question?
Debbie's daughter. Thank you, Leah, for asking it. I told Deb, I'm like, I feel like a professional. Somebody asked a question.
They asked the question. You want me to put the...
Yeah, so Deb's going to hold the camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing.
Hopefully we don't make you seasick.
Okay.
There we go.
So when I'm doing the sewing method, and I hope you guys can see this here. When I do the sewing method, I just insert the needle and I just poke it through the hole where it's supposed to come out. And I pull my floss, and then I do the same thing over here. That's what's called the sewing method, as opposed to what Marlene by Stitching by the Lake called the stabbing method. And I don't know, am I really in the camera? Sorry, I think I got it.
So.
Marlene at Stitching by the Lake, she called it the stabbing method, where you, sorry, I can't really see the holes. You just pull it through
and come back up.
And then come back up. And I know Marlene does do this method So does Twisted Stitcher, Vana. She does. I think they use stands, and then it's a little, and then they do it two-handed, so it goes a little bit more quickly than what I'm doing right here. Because they have issues, arthritis and such, that keeps them from actually doing it the other way.
Can you do the sewing method with a hoop or a Q-snap?
I can, but the problem with it is I don't care that if my obviously, because I really prefer the sewing method, I don't care if my fabric is loose or not. But some people, if they have it on their hoop or their Q-snap, they like it to be drum tight, and then the sewing method, in my opinion, becomes a little bit more complicated. But because I like this, and I also feel like the sewing method is quicker for me. Plus, if I have a Q-snap or a hoop, I'm fumbling with that. It's just, for me, it's too awkward. A lot of people can do it. I'm just not that coordinated. I've thought about getting a lap stand, and eventually, if my hands ever, I don't have issues with my hands, but if I ever did, I thought I would go ahead and do a lap stand and do the stabbing method like the others do, just because I would rather do that than give it up completely, because I couldn't do the sewing method, if that makes sense.
Years ago, when I first started cross-stitching, I did the sewing method, and I did not use a hoop. I didn't need to, but I either use a hoop or the Q-snap. And one reason I get it tight is because I can see the holes better.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Well, and when I do the Lizzie Kate patterns that I want to do, I'm going to use the black Ada. And in that case, I may have to go ahead and switch to it. I'm going to have to get bigger, I don't know what they're called, the bigger things, the sides for the Q-snaps, you know.
The extensions?
Yes, thank you. I'm going to have to get bigger ones because I just have a small one and it gets in the way, really. And for my hand, and I have big hands anyway, so that I just feel like it's always in the way, and that's the reason. But the benefit for me with the Q-snap was when I was first starting to cross stitch again, my vision had changed. And that was when I went to Keepsakes, and Barb introduced me to that bright light that I was able to clip on there with the magnifier. And that's why when I was first cross-stitching again, I was doing it that way, because I could actually see with the magnifier. Okay. Now, if I'm out and about someplace, I probably will have to use it. But if I'm sitting at home, I have a magnifier, an outlight that stands next to me. It has a magnifier on it, and I can see just fine. As small as... Well, I can see this, I can see the 28 count, whatever the linen was when I did the Kitten Stitcher sampler, that was a finer linen. I don't know if it was 32 or 36, it was smaller. Okay. It wasn't 40 yet, but anyway, so when I can see it like that with the magnifier. So anyway, so thank you, Leah, because now we feel like we're really professionals. Professional cross stitchers. Because we had a question. That was good, that was fun. Actually, a tutorial. We had a tutorial. That's what we had. You did. Yeah, but you held the camera. You were the camera. Yes, I did. Camera lady. Okay. We talked about the new floss tubers. Did we talk? No, we didn't.
To each other about
That's right. That's right.
And you had a shout out to Lori at Once Upon a Stitch, because we've been trying her 2-day rotation. She schedules her whole month ahead of time and does each project for 2 days and then switches on to something else. And I've been doing it, I don't know, a week and a half now. I don't really get to stitch on the days I work, because I work 12-hour shifts, and usually by the time I come home and eat and shower and everything, I'm done for that day. But the days I did it, I liked it, and it's like I was more motivated to do more, because I wasn't going to get to pick it up again for a little while. Yeah. So far I like that. I like it a lot because I feel like I can see progress. And then when I'm stitching on it, I think, oh, I get to do this again tomorrow. But then the next day I'm like, oh, I get to do something else. You know what I mean? Yes. And yet I'm still seeing enough progress that it keeps me motivated. I feel like Lori is very, very disciplined. Like, she'll do her 2 days and then that's it. She won't pick it up until it comes up next in her rotation.
I'm a little bit more lenient than that. I am not nearly as disciplined as she is.
And she's retired too.
Okay.
So she may have, now she does watch her grandson, but I think she might have a little more time in her days than maybe you or I do.
Yeah. Yeah,
at
she's
this time
awesome.
of her life. So we need to, again, we go back.
We just got to retire. And I couldn't buy my cross stitch. And Daylene is so grateful. Her most recent video, if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend. She's talking about apple cider donuts that she made that are gluten-free. They look divine. And then she also talked about this thing where I think it was Brenda and Laura from Brenda and the Serial Stitcher, when Bree Stitches was interviewing them. And she was asking the question about how would you describe, how would your friends describe you? And they didn't want to describe themselves. They were not comfortable with that. So they described each other. So that's what Daylene was doing on her floss tube, was she was choosing a sister floss tuber that she had met and become acquainted with, and she was describing that person. And I thought that was really cool. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about doing that in our next video. Maybe maybe Daylene started a thing. She started a wave. Anyway. And then there's also a new floss tubers, Crafty Cottage Stitches. They're mother-daughter. I believe they're in the Pacific Northwest, somewhere around Washington, I think. Washington or Oregon. Anyway, and they do a lot of projects, things that you and I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
The mom
I've seen them.
Yeah, they're really cute. And the mom is getting ready to stitch Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. She likes all the Hollyberry Farm. I have a hard time saying that. I get joked up on it. And then the last thing we wanted to mention, it's not a floss tube. She's not a floss tuber. It's Melissa at Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting, Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. She's on Instagram and she has a blog. And that blog, I'm telling you, is just eye candy. It is beautiful. And she gives away free cross stitch patterns that she designs, and she designed one that's a little, the vintage Santa cups. She designed the vintage Santa cup, and then I believe there's a Christmas tree coming out of it, and it's sitting on a little cake stand. And
I've got to check her out.
Yeah, it's adorable. And I'm using my phone, otherwise I would show a picture of it. We're using my phone to record, but it is adorable. And she had several others. She had one for it had pumpkins, so I would say for fall. Oh. It wasn't specific to Halloween or to Thanksgiving. It was just fall related. So she puts quite a few patterns on there that she designs, and they're really cute. So I highly recommend that you check her out. And we will post links to everybody below. If not tonight, then we will get it done tomorrow. Promise. Okay. All right. Let's see. So I think that was... Did we do that? And we answered the questions already. We did the shout outs. Mm-hmm. We're really trying hard to stay on task tonight. Past projects. Do you have any past projects?
I don't have any past projects.
Okay.
Tonight.
I have a few. I do have a few. This one, I do not know the name of it. It was out of Just Cross Stitching magazine. And I finished it last year. I actually stitched it twice. I stitched it once for myself and once for my sister.
I love that.
And I finished it Priscilla style, but my tray broke.
Oh no.
So if I can't find that piece of handle, I'm gonna put it on something else, because it's a really strong magnet that I just almost yanked off of there, so I'm not gonna move it. It is really, really super duper strong. It started to rip it off. But anyway, so that was that little finish, and I really do like the way that came out. I was happy.
Did you use the sheet metal on there, on the back of that, or did you just use magnets?
I used magnets. In the magnet that I had bought, I had a package of 2 of them, and they probably would have held a 150-pound man hanging from them.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
They were super duper. They were almost too strong, I think, obviously, because I was tearing that
is
off.
Pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, I was pretty pleased with that one.
I like that very much.
Thank you. I may have the pattern still that I printed out. I love it. I love it, love it. Okay. Yes. And I did stitch that on a piece of scrap linen that I had. 28 count scrap linen. I can't tell you what the name of it is, but I do recall that. And then this is something I do not remember stitching. My mom swears that I did, so I have to believe her. And it's really big count. Like those stitches are a 1/4 inch tall. my guess is I might have stitched it when I was pregnant with Aubrey, because when I was pregnant with her for the last month and a half of my pregnancy, I was on total bed rest. So my mom was looking for projects to keep me still, and this is that. I would guess that could be when I stitched this.
Do you think that's 10 count?
Probably. I might even be 8 count.
Oh.
I mean, seriously, it's huge. Lori Hole has a new ruler that you can actually count your stitches. It shows the stitch count. I don't know if it's new. It was new to me. I can't remember.
I have one actually.
Really? Well, we're going to have to check it out. But anyway, if you can't see how big that stitch count is, huge. And I just bring it out during Thanksgiving. I really could hang that up in my dining room all year long, but I just, for special stuff, I keep it out. I put it back for Thanksgiving, so.
Very pretty, I like it.
Thank you. I do really like that quite a bit. And there's that one. Okay, and then this was a Lizzie Kate, and I did this on a piece of linen too. Gather a Harvest of Love. I actually do hang, see this is the
magnet?
incredibly strong magnets.
Huh.
It's almost like, I don't know, it's crazy. Anyway, I usually put this, I have a basket that I hang. I have a vintage screen door that I have hanging on our wall in the living room. And I hang the basket, and then I put this on the basket, and in the basket for fall, I put like maybe sunflowers and just, fall flowers. And then I have flowers for other seasons, and I just want to do a cross stitch that goes with it. So this is my Thanksgiving cross stitch.
Very cute.
Which I think is really cute.
Very cute.
Lizzie Kate, she's so sweet. Okay, so this is another Lizzie Kate, and there's a story behind this because I cross stitched for years and I stopped cross stitching, and then when I was going through my divorce, I was living in an apartment, and I went to a garage sale, and I found this cross stitch pattern, and it cost me 50 cents. So I bought it. And it was this pattern, this Lizzie Kate pattern. Now, at that time, I did not know who Lizzie Kate was. I had no idea. I just thought it was a cute pattern.
I just thought it was cute.
So I took it, I bought it. Then eventually I bought my house. And this was the last piece I stitched up until I started stitching again a few years ago. Oh, and it was right after I bought my house. And I've been in my house for 10 years. And I believe Crystal has that pattern. I think I want to say I gave it to Crystal for some reason. I don't know why. I need to ask her that.
Crystal, comment below. Do you have this pattern?
Crystal is Debbie's oldest daughter, by the way. Anyway, I'm just curious if I'm recalling it correctly. But here's the funny thing. See these cute little tabs here? Yeah, they're just Velcroed. I don't know why I did it that way, but I did. I don't remember why. I had a reason. Anyway, I think it's cute.
I think it's adorable.
More cat hair. Aren't you glad I bring you my cat hair?
I am.
You don't miss having cats, do you? Because of all my cat hair. Okay, this is my last finish. Past finish. And it's actually a punch needle.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
And this, I don't know what kind of a board. There's magnets back here. I don't know what kind. I think I might have stuck it on a canvas or something that I'd covered in fabric, but I couldn't find that canvas. So, and I actually drew the pumpkin on the piece of weaver's cloth. And I wish I had done the threads a little bit differently, but it's okay. It's just for me. And you can tell it's my first one because it's got all these loose loops. Oh, wait, no, it's not just my first one. It's my only one so far. I want to do another one. I just haven't done it yet. So I have these metal drawers that I bought years ago. And I was thinking that I could put it on the back of that.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
The only thing is I don't like how the gray shows. I don't know. I'm going to play with it. Because really I don't feel like messing with the canvas to redo it or anything like that. So if I can't find the original canvas that I had it on, I might just do that for this year and be done with it. But that's my only punch needle. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Designed by me.
I have tried punch needle. Probably 3 years ago. I get Crystal and myself, all the things. And we had difficulty with it. Neither one could do it. So it's all just put away.
You know what?
So.
Teresa Kogut has couple of videos on punch needle. We should watch those and have a punch needle day so we can figure it out again. Because I love it. I really do love it. And I think it's really, the technique is really cool.
Maybe when Crystal comes home for Christmas, we could have
a punch needle party. Punch needle party. Yeah. That would be cool because we can make little Christmas ornaments.
Yes.
That would be a really good idea.
That would be good.
All right. Is she coming home for Christmas?
Hopefully.
Okay, cool.
She's planning on it.
Good deal. Yay. All right. Past projects. That was it. What about your current whips?
My current whip. So I had to have a birthday start.
Yay.
I didn't get much done on my birthday start, but we went to Keepsakes and I got a Prairie Schooler Santa 2008 pattern.
So cute.
I eventually would love to do all of them, but we'll see.
They're so cute.
So this is my little start there. Yeah. My little bitty start.
I like Prairie Schooler patterns. I feel like they're really easy to read.
Well, and there's not there's different colors on them, but there's not so much that, you can't get going on the beard and then the jacket.
Right.
And
it's not a ton of confetti stitching, so it goes relatively quickly.
Right.
I really do like their patterns. I think they're beautiful.
So then my other whip, I'm still trying to finish up my Truckin' Along by the Housewives, the October. I'm not getting these done as quickly as I wanted to, so I'm just going to quit with the top banner for now for October, and I'm going to skip over. I don't know if I got this. I'm going to skip over November and start working on Christmas, December, probably tomorrow.
Oh,
that's how far I've got, and I'll probably finish this one up tonight. It's just a few pieces of candy corn.
That's what I thought.
That I have left. 2 rows.
So cute.
So, and then I've been working on my, excuse me, Home for the Holidays Sue Hillis designs. I had started working on that little wagon there. And I was doing my 2-day rotation and I really didn't want to put this down. So.
You got quite a bit done.
I did.
You really did.
And the day I started my new birthday start, I worked on this a little more because I want to get more of that tree done before I started my new one. So otherwise I would have had more of that finished.
There's no cross stitch, police. You can break the rules.
And then this is the Jesus picture that I talked about last week. It's a kit. I'm not sure who the designer is, if it's for embroidery kit, DIY kits, I don't know.
I'll never be able to say that name. Veruca.
I got this at Hobby Lobby is where I got the pattern. Well, my daughter Crystal stitched this for my daughter Leah for her birthday a few years ago, and then stitched it also for herself, so I wanted one. So I had sent her, let me make sure I have this the right direction. I had sent her a picture of my progress the other day because there are so many colors that are so close, and I had got confused about where I was. I had started this maybe a year ago, so I got confused about where I was. So I sat down one morning with a highlighter and my pattern and went back and tried to figure out where I was, because mostly I just had the nose then. And then I worked on the eye.
You've made a lot of progress.
So I sent her a picture of, oh, look, I'm working on this again. And it had come up in her Facebook feed. And I just want to show you how she took pictures of her progress. And my picture is just about where her first one was. I don't know how well you can see that. Maybe I can make it a little.
I think it's really cool that it shows, you can see his face being developed.
Well,
I think that is so cool.
And on mine, I'll let you see those again. See the progress. On mine, I could not see the eye. I could not tell, let me show this again. I could not tell if what I had done was the eyebrow or the eyelid. I could see the nose. I knew, where I was. on the nose. And then I had it laying on the table like this next to me, and I looked over at Tom, and just as I turned my head to look, I'm like, oh, I just saw his eye.
Jesus
And
is
he's
watching
like,
you.
What? And so then I could see his eye. I can see that eye is there.
Yeah.
I don't see it every time I look at it.
Oh, I do now.
So, and I remember when Crystal, excuse me, was stitching it for Leah the first time, she kept talking about how exciting it was that when she first saw that eye and then she could see the nose, and as it developed, she said sometimes it was just kind of creepy because she felt like he was really watching what she was doing.
He is watching what she's doing. Here's like I
I
said, I think it's really cool that she took her production, the progression in those photos. You should do the. Are you going to do the same thing?
Yeah,
I think that's really good.
Thing. Yes,
So was highlighting the pattern, was that really beneficial?
that was very helpful.
Are you doing that throughout the rest of the pattern too?
Yes,
Because there's so many color changes in it?
because of all the color changes, and the more I work on this for, like, say if I work on it for a half an hour from where I started it that time, that sitting, to where I end, I can see the colors. I can separate the colors out.
Gotcha.
Where at first they all just blended together and I couldn't tell one from the other
Sure.
by what I'd stitched. So that is helpful. But I probably would not do every pattern that I do. I wouldn't highlight the pattern because it does add a little bit of time there. But for this one in particular, yes, I will finish it that way.
Now, did you mark your original pattern or did you make a copy, a working copy?
I marked the original.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it's a real big piece of paper.
And making a copy
Yeah.
would have been a bit more of a challenge. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that's really cool. I'm anxious to see as you progress on that. That'll be really cool.
Yes.
Good job. Oh, my whips. Let's see. I didn't do a lot of stitching. I finished Val's Spooks or something like that. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I can't remember that.
Did you bring it with you?
I forgot to bring it with me. It's in my stack of things that I wanted to get finished before I came over here. I was going to do that this weekend and I didn't do any finishing. So I did finish the
stitching.
Val's Silly Spooks. That's what it was called. I finished stitching that. I actually do have it on our Instagram, but I haven't brought it. I will fully finish it, and then I know we're past. What was that holiday? Halloween. But I'll bring it anyway and show y'all because it really came out pretty cute. And then I also, well, I'll show you the pattern because I forgot the piece. I had finished that little Thanksgiving thing that I bought when we were keepsakes. I've stitched that up and forgot to bring that with me because I need to fully finish it. But I had kitted up Silent Night by Country Cottage Needleworks. I had kitted that up. And I used a piece of linen that I bought while we were on vacation. And don't you know, the tag is now in my stitching box back at home. And so I did start that. It is 28 count. I just can't remember what kind of linen it is. The lighting really and truly makes this look more gray, but it really is more blue than what it's showing. And there's some errors up here with the green, so I need to pull that out. But
was that picture this plus?
Nope.
Oh,
Cashel, I think is what it was. Yeah. But I love the linen and I really do love the pattern. And this stitched up fairly quickly. So
yeah, it looks more blue than gray.
It does in person. It sure does. But I think I'm going to really enjoy stitching that. I might have that done by Christmas. We'll see.
I think you will.
I hope so. And then 911 Stitcher is hosting... Yes, Stacy at 911 Stitcher. She is hosting a stitch along, a Carolyn Manning stitch along. So I had purchased Peacock Topaz from the Shooting Star collection by Carolyn Manning while we were on vacation. Love the colors in this.
Me too.
And I had wanted to stitch one of her designs for a while because I think they look like quilts. Some of them, not all of her does, but she has these series that look like quilts. And so and they're full coverage, and I'd wanted to do one for quite some time. So thank you, Stacy at 911 Stitcher, because this was my inspiration to do it. And so I did start that, and I'm going to tell you, I'm in love. I'm truly in love.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
I am in love. And I just did this yesterday. I did start it yesterday morning, got a little bit. Then when I got home last night and I was watching Outlander, which if you haven't watched Outlander on Netflix, I highly recommend. This is what I got done last night. But I love it.
That is pretty.
I love the coverage. I love the color blocking. I will definitely stitch more of her patterns now. And I think Carolyn Manning might have commented on my post in 911 Stitcher.
Wow.
I think I saw that. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go back and look at it.
What stitch?
This
cloth do you have?
This is just a piece of 14 count Ada.
Okay.
I bought it. I just went over to Joanne. I was at Joanne's for something else. And so I went ahead. I knew I wanted to do it on 14 count Ada because it is full coverage. And I thought it would be easier for me to see. And so I just bought, it was a big piece. This is really stiff. But, and maybe the next time I do one of her patterns, I might do 28 count even weave. But this is okay. This is going just fine for right now. It really and truly is.
I love those colors.
But yeah, her patterns, they're easy to read. They're just beautiful. Just, I love it. Can't say enough good things about it. So if you've never stitched a Carolyn Manning and you like the look of a quilt, pick one up because they're beautiful. The next one I want to do something with like warm fall colors. And somebody had posted one on 911 Stitcher the other day, and I should have taken a screenshot so I'd remember what it was, and I failed to do it. Oh, she's got another one. I get so excited about it. She's got another one that she has, it looks like quilt blocks. Just, you know how like you have the different quilt block patterns and they're all like just lined up. There's hundreds of them on this one particular, I don't know if there's really hundreds, I didn't count, but there's a bunch of them on this. It is beautiful. Somebody was working on that. So I don't know.
My pile's getting larger and larger over here. I need to get this one. I need to get that one.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it. Anyway, but it's all good. So Debbie and I went on a little field trip down to the keepsakes cross stitch, and we got to saw. My English is really poor.
We get to see Steph
at
Keepsakes.
Just Keep Stitch, yeah, from Just Keep Stitching.
Yes.
So she was very nice and helpful to us, and Barbara was, of course, really wonderful and helpful to us. And show your haul, because we got some good stuff, folks.
My haul. I did a little birthday haul for myself, I guess.
You betcha.
That's my excuse. So
is it really an excuse? Do we need excuses to buy cross stitch supply?
So.
I don't think so either.
So I don't really need to show my sticky board. So I'm hooked on Prairie Schooler, and I want to try to do several of these for ornaments. Obviously, I'm probably not going to get any done for this year, but I got the this is the Santa's Revisited 6.
Yes.
1995, 2003, and 2004 Santas. So there's that.
So they put all three of them in one pattern.
3 in 1, yeah.
Wow, that's
3 for
awesome.
1. So I'm anxious to start those. I got the one that I showed you for my birthday start, and then I got the 2019 Santa. It says Peace on Earth.
That's cute.
I love the sheep. I like sheep. And then I got the 2020 Santa with the North Wind.
That's really cute too. I hadn't seen the 2020 yet.
I just love these.
Really
and
cute.
I love that they're on cardstock, so they're a little more durable. Because I don't make a working copy. I just use my pattern. Some of them get kind of funky
abused.
Looking.
Nobody.
Depends on if I sit on them or not.
Or one of the grands come by.
Yes.
And grabs them.
So then I got a couple of these. Well, actually I got 4 of these little Prairie Schooler mini card collections. I don't know if they have, I don't think they necessarily have a name on them.
I don't think they do.
This says 2015 on the back, but it's a little house. And I'll make a cute little ornament or a little tiny pillow. Then I got that one. And then the little caroler. I thought that was awfully cute. And then I got a little Easter one. You can't, I can't see what I'm doing. There you go. You can't go wrong with an Easter bunny.
I don't have I don't have Easter cross stitch. I don't think I have any. It's really cute.
Got some, but I haven't started them yet. And then I got some floss, just different flosses that I've been needing for different projects. And then Barbara had this set up in the keepsakes in the shop, and I loved it. It's the from Heart and Hand checkerbird. I thought that was adorable. The blue one is the one I'm going to do. And she had it on this little clipboard, and the board was painted a real pretty blue, and then it had green felt underneath, and then the little bird was on top. And then it's got the little wood here to put it in the back and make it stand up. It was adorable.
Really cute.
Adorable. So I'm anxious to get started on that. And I also am going to start, or I'm trying and higher count fabric. So I got this piece of Belfast flax 36 count that I'm going to stitch that on. So we'll see how I do. I had one cataract removed last year in the fall, which helped my vision a lot, but I need to get the other one done, and that was scheduled in March, and thanks COVID, that didn't happen.
Right.
So I think I'll do okay with this. I could either get my other eye done, or I could get a really nice lamp with a magnet.
I need to show you my lamp. I love my lamp.
Or I could get both.
That would be really good.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
I think you probably do need to get that other eye tape. Just
my left eye isn't near as bad as my right eye was, but yeah, it'll help.
Yeah. Well, like Deb, I bought these little, I had told Deb when we went down there I needed some smaller projects because I had several big projects, and I needed some wins. I needed to get stuff done. So I got some of these, the Prairie Schooler little cards as well. The little Christmas. And then I found this other Christmas one. And then I did not have any Easter cross stitch until I bought the bunny. I think I have a couple tulip things that I did maybe or something. So I got those. And then I did buy this pattern, Give Thanks, and I love the way they had it finished. So I went ahead and bought it, and I finished it. I stitched it in a day. I started it last Sunday morning and finished it in the evening. But it was a high count, so it went really quickly. This is a really cute quick stitch. Kit, right? Yeah. They had the fabric in there. They had the floss in there. And then they even had, there was a button that went with it, and there was even a couple of needles in there, as well as a thread drop, which I don't know how to use those correctly. Hence the reason why my floss is just thrown in there. Pretty much. So I think I need to watch some videos on how to use a thread drop. So this is a really cute quick pattern, quick stitch if you are looking for something, and it is by Shepherd's Bush, which by the way, I love their patterns.
Me too.
So it was a really quick stitch, so highly recommend that. And then
are there any patterns that we don't like or designers?
I haven't found one yet. I really think nope. This is a really cute one too. It says Mom. I don't know why I bought it, except that it was a small, and I figured I could do something for my mom for Mother's Day or something. And even my mother-in-law. I think it's really cute. Or even my daughter, because she's a mom too. So, or even me.
Now, I don't know if it's the same designer, but I've got one like that, and it says Dad.
Really? I think yours is a Lizzie Kate. I think I've seen yours. Yes. I think I could be wrong.
Okay. I don't remember. We'll have to dig it out and look.
Yeah. Sam Sarah Design Studio. That's who did this.
That's
really cute. And that'll be another really quick stitch. And I did buy Lizzie Kate. Work hard. Pray long. I can't read backward. Trust God. I think that's a really pretty good sentiment. I thought about stitching it for my grands, maybe in a Christmas ornament or something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how much they'll appreciate it, but one day I'll be old and they'll really appreciate it. Yes. And that's the way I figure it. Eventually.
Nana stitched this for me years ago.
Yep, eventually. I think they like it when I make them some stuff. Sometimes they'll roll their eyes. They're teenagers. Okay, I'm not criticizing them. It's just facts. They're teenagers. Okay, if you have not seen Teresa Kogut's Celebrate books, you are missing out. Because There are 15 patterns in here, folks.
Wow.
15 patterns. And do you know, that's the price. That says $16.50. That's so reasonable. 15 patterns in there. And there's not one of them in here that I would not stitch.
That's like $1 something a pattern.
Right. Now, I was watching her latest floss tube. She also has one for punch needle. I'm going to purchase that one. And somebody was asking her if she has the color, if the books had colored patterns in there, you know, show them done in color. And she said no. The reason why she didn't do them in color is because the book would have been 2 or 3 times the cost for the color printing. So I appreciate her honesty with that. And I don't even care that she doesn't have all the finished stuff in here. I love the patterns. And her patterns are so clear and concise. And they're good sizes to read. People, go buy Teresa. Go to your local needle, your LNS, and buy Teresa Kogut's patterns because they're kind of amazing.
I like how they're spiral bound too, so you can turn it over and put your little magnet board under there.
Yep. One of my one of the samplers that I bought from her, she had spiral bound like that. It's brilliant,
nice.
brilliant. She does a tremendous job. So go see Teresa Kogut. Go to your LNS, buy all the stuff because they're beautiful. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to try 40 count linen. I don't know why. I think the S Ward that I did, the alphabet sampler that I did, Teresa or Kitten Stitchers that I did, I think that might have been 36 count linen. And because when I was looking at your linen, if you were holding it up, I'm pretty sure that's the linen that it was on. And I did that okay with the magnifier. So I'm going to try 40 count. And this is Newcastle Water Green 40 count.
That's pretty.
And it's just some odd sized pieces that I just bought all that they had. To me,
it's more blue.
Yeah, it's more blue in person again than what it's showing on the camera, kind of a blue-green. I don't know what I'm going to...
Very pretty.
Well, actually, I do know what I'm going to try to stitch. There is a Bible verse that Elijah likes, and I think that for Christmas, my grandkids don't watch my video, so I can say this. I'm going to stitch it for him for Christmas and attach it to a box that I bought at the Goodwill. And then inside the box, we are planning on taking the kids on a weekend trip to Hocking Hills after Christmas. As part of their Christmas gift, we like to do experiences with them. So I'm going to put like some kind of a card or something in the box showing that that's what their other trip, their other gift is to Hocking Hills. So I think that, and then I've got to come up with kind of the same concept for Addie, but I've got to come up with a different verse or quote. But so I think that's what I'm actually going to stitch on this piece of linen. We'll see, because I've got to chart it out too, and we'll see how all that business goes.
Very good. I like it.
I think so. We've got a lot of stuff going on here, kid. What about any plans? Do we have any cross-stitching plans? We're talking about going up to Craft Gallery up in Findlay, Ohio. We're going to try to schedule that here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, maybe do a little Christmas shopping while we're up there.
Christmas shopping for ourselves.
Yes.
And anybody else that we happen to think we should be buying for. So, and if we do that, maybe we can meet up somebody there or something. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it yet, but we'll figure something out. And then if anybody's in that area,
maybe we can meet and have coffee and stitch. I don't know. You can't really go in places anymore, can you?
No.
Just sit and stitch.
No.
COVID.
But maybe we can meet them up at the Craft Gallery anyway. Or maybe, who knows? Who knows? There's a bazillion things that we can do. So if you're in the Findlay area, comment below and let us know if there is some time in the next few weeks that would be convenient to meet up. I think that would be fun.
That would be exciting.
And then we are going to do a giveaway when we get to 1,000 subscribers. Somebody did ask about the giveaway. We're going to do when we get to 1,000 subscribers. We don't know what it is yet. We're still planning. We just know it's going to be something really cool.
It's going to be something awesome.
That's what Debbie said. It's going to be really cool.
It's going to be really awesome.
So we're just going to ask that you are a subscriber, that you like that video, and then we'll come up with a question that you're going to answer. We are not close to it yet. Hopefully we'll be getting there in the next few weeks. So like, subscribe, share, comment below, all the things.
Yes.
to get this rolling along so that we can do a giveaway.
Tell your friends about us.
Tell all your friends. And you can find us on Instagram as well as Facebook.
Stitching in the Valley.
Stitching in the Valley.
Facebook's a group.
Is it a group? Do they have to ask to join? Is it private?
I don't think so.
They think they can just join?
Yeah.
Yeah. So find us on all three. We haven't been as active on Facebook yet, but we'll get there. We're still trying to figure out how to manage all this stuff. I don't know how people do it.
I don't either.
You know what they need? At a retreat, they need to do a YouTube Flosstube creator workshop.
How to do your floss tube, and yes. Maybe you could come up with that idea.
First, I gotta learn how to do it.
Yeah, we'll learn how to do it, and then we'll all let you know.
Then we'll let you know. Anyway. Is that it?
I think so.
I think that's it. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.